Hey friends, what's up? Kaz here. Welcome back to another server admin tutorial, otherwise known as Bucket Plugins. If you're joining me for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button because I do these every week. Been doing them for quite a while. If you have a suggestion for one, feel free to comment that below and I will put it in the rotation. Please note though, I've done over 100 tutorials, so do a quick search on my channel and see if I've done it. So before I get into talking about who is suggesting this one, there's a village right over here and a volcano waterfall. So if you want this seed, there it is. Kind of a cool map. Anyway, this one is suggested by Strom's Jeff and Eric Damata, and this is Mine Reset Lite. So if you guys have one that you want to suggest and you know a lot of people, tell them about my video, have them all suggest the same tutorial, and that'll get it moved up to the top of the list. Anyway, this one's done by JJ Coletter. Now before we get into it, side note, I have done a Mine Reset tutorial called Prison Mine and done actually 3 videos on that because there's so many features in Prison Mine and it's fantastic. I love it. I see that it still works in 1.7.10. So if you want something that gives you a lot of features, it's a little bit complex to set up and it can be a little finicky. This one though, this is a fantastic plugin. It works really well. It's not very finicky, which means it just goes. It doesn't have as many features but like I said, it's very simple. So if you're having trouble with Prison Mine or some other Mine Reset tool, try this one because it works really well. So here we go. I've did a little bit of testing, obviously, because I got to make sure the plugin works before we go ahead and start recording. So anyway, it does work with World Edit. So you can use your wand to select the position, but what we're going to do is we're going to use the in-game commands. So we're going to do 2 different in-game commands. So you do MRL is the commands that you want. There we go. And it pretty much is going to tell you all the stuff that we're going to go over. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go MRL P1 or pause 1. And then that's going to set the first permission to be where we're looking at. Now we're going to go over here to about, that looks right. And we're going to go MRL P2 or pause 2. And then we're going to do dash feet. So that's going to make it set to where your feet are planted. Alright, so now we've selected the area. It could also be done with your world edit, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to do MRL create tubes. U-tubes. Sure. I don't know. We'll just call it tubes. So now what we want to do is we can do MRL info tubes. Now nothing's really set up for it yet. As you can see, the composition's not set, anything like that. So what we want to do is our MRL set tubes, and we're going to set it stone, and then we're going to do 90%. And now you need that percent sign in there. So now it's set to 90%, and now 9.9999998 is empty. So this is one thing that is kind of nice about this. Prison Mine sometimes has some troubles with getting that last 0.1% in there. This one just seems to work really well. So we're going to do the tubes, and then we're going to set it to, let's do, I think 15 is iron ore. Yep. So now it's all set. 90% is stone, 10% is iron ore. Now we can do MRL reset tubes. And there it is. Like I said, just seems to work. Now you can see it set it to where we were looking over here and where we were standing in this corner. You can modify this message, which we'll get in towards the end here. I guess before we continue on, there's a couple permission nodes. There's a bunch of permission nodes that are like kind of admin only. By default, ops have access to all commands with this plugin, but there's a bunch of them. I'll just list them on the screen. I don't need to go through them. Of that you can give like your mods or helpers or anything like that. That doesn't give them the option to create new mines, but lets them modify. I don't know, whatever you want to do. But no permission nodes are needed to get into the mines and start editing them, or to like mine them, which is kind of nice. And I think I'll do a quick bonus towards the end here, just to talk about a little bit about what you want to do to protect these mines and outside of the mines and all that, how that works. It's going to be a little bit of world edit stuff. But anyway, one thing you can do is you can do MRL reset, and then the name, so tubes, and then you can do /S, and it's going to reset it without announcing to everybody that it's reset. All right, so let's get into this mine particularly. You can do MRL flag tubes and then the settings. So you got a few of them that you can do. I'll just put them all on the screen here. You do tubes reset delay, so we're going to make this reset every 2 minutes, and then we're going to do MRL reset flag tubes reset warnings, and then we're going to just set it to 1. So here's what you can do. You can do 2 minutes, 1 minute, or 10 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever you want. We're just going to do 2 and 1 because it's invalid list of warning times. So probably because it's going to reset at 2 minutes. So you can't have it. It's obviously going to say that it's reset at 2 minutes. So anyway, there's another one you can do, but a lot of people don't use this one, but it is an option. Tubes, you can do fill mode. So this is going to, I think if you just set it to true, it's true or false. So what this does is it only resets the air blocks. A lot of prisons don't really use this, but maybe you want that on your prison. That's only going to reset what's already been mined. Could reduce on lag on your server, I guess. It's kind of a cool feature. I don't know if I would use it, but another one that is really cool is you can set the surface. You can set the surface ores or whatever you want it to be, so that you don't have any surface ores. So if you want it to be that, we'll go MRL reset tubes. So now you can see that the surface is all stone. It doesn't have any iron ore on it. That's kind of a cool little feature. And then you can set this silent. Now the config file says by setting this to true, which is default, is it makes it not silent, which doesn't make any sense. I think, there we go. So if you set it to true, it's going to reset silently. If you set it to false, it's going to not reset silently. And the last one, which we're not going to do, is erase, and then the mine. Now it's not going to erase what's already there, so you got to use your world edit to remove it. So couple things. Let's get over to the config file. I'll show you guys how to change this, and then we'll come back. I'm going to show you a little bit of world edit, and that'll be the end of this video. So this is pretty much all you need. So if you really don't need to watch how to customize the messages that you get, then you don't need to keep watching. So anyway, let's hop over. Be right back. Okay, friends, here we are in our configuration. So like anything else, you're going to put your Mine Reset Lite.jar. Now, there's really no dependencies with this plugin, which is kind of nice, but you can't. There's an optional world guard, and then that's pretty much it. So let's hop into it. Now, the one thing that you need to create is this phases.properties file. Now, by default, this is not created. So what you want to do to create this folder or this file is create a new file, and then you're going to change the whole thing, which I'm not going to do because it's going to, and then just put it in properties. Now, if you don't have that txt file, that txt name shown, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go into Windows. You're going to have to find show common file types. Pretty simple. And then what you want to do is right click on it and edit with Notepad++, and then you're going to open up. It's going to be completely blank, and you're going to copy these 3 lines in here, which I'm actually going to just put the entire download of this server build up for you guys. There's not a whole lot to it, except, nah, you know what? You don't need the whole thing. I'm just going to put up the download for phases.properties. So here's what you need in here. So obviously, these are the 3 different messages that you can modify. So what you can do is, obviously this is the MC color codes. I'll put a link in the Gibbles below to where that is for all the color codes. And then the variables that you have is this percent 0% and then a percent 1%. So percent 0% is the mine that it's going to be, that's the name of the mine, and the percent 1% is the username. Those are the two variables. So if you want it to just say has been reset, or will reset, and not have a specific mine in name or in mind, and then just have all your mines reset silently except one of them, and then have it have a generic reset message. So then it would seem like all of them are linked together. That would be one of the options that I have for you guys. So that's about it for the config. Like I said, I mean, we can hop in here, we can go to the mines, and we can check the options for the mines. But like I said, anything in here can be set in the game, which is really cool. You can change your reset warnings, all that stuff is silent. All that can be done in the game. So you don't even need to come into the config file. All right, so really quick, we're going to go back into the game and show you guys how you would use this in a prison server, how you protect the mine, all that stuff. Okay, so what you're going to do so first thing we want to do is pause 1. So we're going to set the region of our entire prison, let's say. So we're protecting the entire prison. So then we're going to go pause 2 and region define. Now this is World Guard. Define prison. There we go. So now we got the prison set. So now what you want to do is you want to define the region of your mine. Now keep in mind that these are overlapping regions, so there's a few things that you need to do differently. So we're just going to go region reset, or region define mine. Okay, so we need to do two things with this now. We need to set this mine to have the parent of the prison, and then we need to raise the priority of this to be higher than the prison region. So the first thing we're going to do is region set parent mine to prison. So the first one is the child, the second one is the parent, and then we need to do region set priority mine, and then we just need to set it by 1. So default is 0, and the higher priority means it's going to take precedence. So there we go. And then we need to go region flag mine build allow, and then there we go. So now your users can edit that mine. They can edit that region, but then as soon as they walk out of it, they can't edit that, which is really neat. So that was really quick. That's more World Guard, I think, than World Edit. But anyway, hopefully that all helps you out with your prison servers. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And just remind you guys all, enjoy the game. God bless. There we go. Okay, so we got 62. We need 75 for another industrial plot. However, we could build another commercial in the meantime as we wait.